Who are you?
Lois. Lois Lane. I came to Smallville to investigate my cousin's death. Her name was Chloe Sullivan. Heard of her? Of course you haven't. It's funny, I never thought she'd fall for the farm boy type.
Trust me, that can happen to the best of us.
Not me. Give me a nerd with glasses any day of the week.
Clark has many sides.
Glad to see we've moved beyond the clothing optional stage of our relationship. I'm surprised you even remember who I am.
Chloe's cousin. Nicorette addiction, can't stand uncomfortable silences. I get the feeling you like to do things yourself.
My dad raised me to be independent and self-sufficient.
That'd be one way to describe me.
You know, the only thing I like about you at the moment is your mom. You can't possibly be as weird as I think you are with a mom that cool. I don't get you. Half the time you're all meek and yes ma, yes pa, and the other half, you are the most overconfident guy I've ever met.
It doesn't happen to you much, does it? Not being able to peg someone right away?
Hey, let's keep this morning's game of chopper tag a secret, okay?
Right. Because I'm the one who can't keep my mouth shut. Mom.
Hi.
You're home.
Hi, Mrs. Kent.
I feel like you know someone. So completely, like you know everything about them, and then just all of a sudden...
You don't even know what continent they're on.
Do you always have to finish people's thoughts?
Well, am I right? Yeah, you and Lois.
Lois? She's bossy. She's stuck up, she's rude. I can't stand her.
The best ones always start that way. What do you see yourself as?
I don't know. An outsider, I guess.
That's a recipe for wedgies if I've ever heard one.
I told you how much I'm gonna miss you. Hey, last time I checked, you were missing a few prerequisites for being in here.
So you have been checking me out. You know, if I could describe my time here in one word, it would be weird. I look forward to the relative normalcy of the big city. But don't worry, I'll visit.
Is it a promise or a threat?
See you around, Smallville. I don't know how you did it, but if it weren't for you, I'd be at the bottom of the Mississippi right about now. Thanks.
I'm just glad you're okay.
You're amazing, Smallville. You always look for the best in people, even when they walk all over you.
I guess that explains why we're friends.
Oh, we're friends now?
Well, I won't tell anyone if you don't. Trust your gut. Like, what's it say about me? We don't like each other very much.
You're on the right track. Keep it up, Smallville. Clark, I know how devastated you must be, but if you could just keep your tears to a minimum, I'd appreciate it.
I'll try.
You know, I took this career test in some magazine. It said that my perfect job would be a radio disc jockey.
That would make sense. You talk enough, there won't be any dead air.
You mock me now, Smallville, but you just wait and see.
Journalism. You ever thought about that? You wrote some half-decent articles at your short-lived career at the Torch.
Aw, kill me first. Even if I could spell, the last thing I'd want to do is spend my time in a newsroom. With my luck, I'd probably end up across the desk from the most bumbling reporter on the masthead.
I was just trying to look up.
And I appreciate it.
Lois, I promise someday you'll meet someone even more special.
So I wanted to say thank you. You're a really good friend. I would be lucky to end up with someone as honorable as Clark someday.
Lois! Lois! Are you sure you don't want to think this through?
If it weren't for Lois Lane, your father would never have been elected, and I wouldn't be in office. Besides, Lois, it's pretty clear your destiny lies far beyond a cappuccino maker.
What are you doing here?
Lois.
Look, Clark, I happen to actually like this guy, so can you do me this one favor and pretend not to know me?
Oh.
No! Heck.
Maybe you have to get through all the wrong men so you can recognize the right one.
Look, and Lois even made her world-famous rum cake for you, from scratch. Not that you're the Dear Diary type, but since you keep everything to yourself, I thought it might help.
There are times when I think you don't know me at all. And others where I think you know me better than anyone.
No, that's what I'm here for, Smallville. One save at a time. I think I died and went to heaven.
But then I'm glad you're back.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise.
Uh-oh, does Clarky have the sniffles?
It's really nice to see that Lois has found someone who can overlook her personality.
Ah, well, don't worry about it, Clark. You know, I mean, if I lived under the same roof with such a beautiful woman, I probably would have masked my feelings and sarcasm, too.
Feelings.
Feelings?
Ladies first.
You know, sometimes in order to protect the people we love, we keep secrets. Lois, I'm sure you'll find someone who's better suited for you.
Yeah, I know. Life goes on. What were you thinking?
I was looking out for you.
I have 20/20 vision, Smallville. I look out for myself. Well, see, that's the difference between you and me, Clark. I don't desert people when they need help.
Look, I'm sorry. Just people keep secrets for a reason.
I don't know. If you ask me, I think a secret is just a big loophole in the whole thou shalt not lie clause.
There's just no gray area with you, is there? Lois, you're like a pit bull on a pant leg. You're never gonna let this go until you know for sure.
I hate that you know me like that.
It's a good thing when Oliver showed up when he did. Then you know for sure.
Oh, she knew before he showed up.
You did?
Ask her how.
How?
I kissed him. Isn't that romantic? Oh, I'm sorry, Lois. Finish the story. This is the best part. Well, he was holding me in his arms. And Ollie's a good kisser. Don't get me wrong. But that green arrow, he could teach Ollie a thing or two.
Hey, Chloe.
God, Smallville, learn how to knock. What if I'd been naked? Ew.
Just give the Lana thing a little more time. You never know when the next love of your life is right around the corner.
Lois and Clark.
Lois and Clark?
You gotta admit, they got chemistry.
Yeah, so do nitroglycerin and peroxide, and I don't suggest putting them together. Come on. Please tell me we weren't just set up.
Looks like it.
Us. That's like hot fudge and halibut.
Take it, I'm the halibut.
Naturally. This is gonna make me fall in love with someone new.
The first man you set eyes on.
What's going on, Lois?
Well, you know me. I'm not very good with words, so... People don't think Whitesnake sings power ballads, but they do.
Maybe a mix CD.
Yeah. Look what I got. Maybe you could get one to match. I knew I kissed you before. In the alley. I guess it's best that neither of us remembers. I mean, I can't even really picture the two of us.
Though I did find something. I think you made it for me.
Whitesnake. Wow. She must have really liked you.
Lois, quit being stubborn. You're gonna stay here until we get this cleared up.
Thanks, but I can take care of myself.
Nobody's doubting that, but I think you'd be safer here at the farm.
It'll be like old times, like when you first got to Smallville.
Oh, you're just hoping to catch me in the shower again. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I know that look, and it's usually followed by you almost getting yourself killed. And what's wrong, Lois? I thought you'd be happy to get rid of me.
Are you kidding? Who am I gonna pick on?
I'm sure you'll find someone.
Hey, word of advice there, Smallville. Don't forget flowers on Valentine's Day.
Lana did this to you?
Yeah, no offense, but your girlfriend has issues. Not to mention an Amazonian left hook. Enter at your own caloric risk.
Lois, this isn't like you. Normally when things get challenging, that's when you get interested.
This is different. My dad was a general. He cared about me. But I learned really early that his role in the world was a lot more important than being a father. And you know what? For good reasons. And Ollie's life is demanding too.
Lois, just because someone's life is great responsibility doesn't mean your life has to take second place.
Of course it does, Clark. Can you imagine what it would be like to look into somebody's eyes and know that their destiny is so much greater than yours that you will never compete? You will always be left behind.
That would be hard for anyone, but
No, I can't be left behind one more time. I can't face another heartbreak down the road. Besides, you know, why settle for hot, rich, and famous when I can hang out with you? Clumsy, but cute.
you okay?
Yeah. Talk about sweeping a girl off her feet. I don't do well with sad.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Lois. It's okay.
No, it's not. Smallville, you were there for me when I needed a shoulder to cry on, and I am blowing this big time. Look, I just wish I could make everything all right.
You're a good friend, Lois.
Hey, you know what? Why don't we go drown our sorrows? Why don't I buy you a brew? You look like you could use one. Guess whose name is written all over it? Clark Kent. Got your application right here.
That's never gonna happen. Now, if you would excuse me, I have chores to do.
seriously, Clark, don't you think you're destined for greater things in life than working on a farm? You know, if I didn't know any better, Smallville, I'd think you were worried about me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this bothering you?
The chair or you in it?
Lois, I wanted to say I thought you did well out there. You really earned your stripes at your dad's boot camp.
Thanks. And as for you, you actually surprised me. I mean, for your first attempt at heroism.
I better get going. I'll see you bright and early Monday morning.
Whoa, whoa. Why Monday? What do you mean bright and early?
Lois, you're the one who gave me the application. You're looking at the newest recruit to the Daily Planet.
That's great. What made you change your mind?
I guess I wanted to be in the middle of the action.
Good for you. So, are you going to be starting down in the mailroom?
I'm gonna be a little closer to home. Looks like we're gonna be neighbors, Lane.
You gotta be kidding me.
So, how do I look?
Good. Okay. Rule number 1, always know your source.
I understand. Look, if you're gonna teach a class on Lois Lane's rules of reporting, I think I'd rather read the Cliff Notes. Lois, you sound like a jealous girlfriend.
Jealous? Of you? Please, that would be like Willie Mays being jealous of a bat boy.
Thanks for helping me break the story, Clark. Keep up the good work. You've got a long career ahead of you at the Daily Planet.
Gotta say, I'm actually surprised Lois unattached you from her hip.
What do you mean? Lois and I aren't always together.
Clark, you see her more than I see Jimmy, and you're engaged.
What are you trying to say?
Never mind.
But Lana is gone for good. Time to get back in the saddle, buckaroo, but this go-round, you need to look outside your wheelhouse.
I didn't know I had a wheelhouse.
Of course you do. Pretty, friendly, damsel in distressy. You need to try another scoop of the 31 flavors. Maybe a little less sweet vanilla and a lot more wild cherry.
Let's get back to the work, please.
You gotta start somewhere.
Just calm down.
I am calm. I am perfectly calm. Why wouldn't I be calm? Dial down the ego, Smallville. I don't care what you do with your love life.
Look, I don't know who or what you are, but you got it all wrong, lady. There is nothing romantic between Lois and Clark.
You have a deep connection to him. I felt it.
Then your radar's on the fritz. Because even on a good day, we're barely friends.
You would never have been able to pull away from me if he wasn't drawn by his attraction to you.
Look, he's about as attracted to me as a Red Sox fan to the Yankees.
We may not know it yet, but believe me, there's a bond.
What if my soulmate comes along and I'm too blind to see it?
I don't know, Smallville. I think that when the right girl walks into your life, you'll know.
Please tell me we didn't.
You're hysterical when you're hungover, Lois.
Chloe! It's your cuz. Guess who came to my rescue? Not Oliver Queen. Clark Kent. He's just the sweetest boy I've ever known.
Chalk that one up to alcohol poisoning.
Wait a minute. The guy is preying on couples, right?
Don't even go there.
So, if we walk in there pretending to be the bait, we'll have him eating out of our hands.
No one will believe it, Lois, not even for a second.
Clark Kent, will you marry me?
Deep down, underneath it all, do you love this man?
Answer the question, Lois. Don't outthink it. Just tell the truth.
Do you love him?
So, about that test.
Who'd have thought you were such a good liar, huh? I mean, you even beat that machine.
A little thing called a date. I know you're fresh off the farm, but sometimes when a guy likes a girl, he asks her out.
I know what a date is. So who's the unlucky guy?
If I told you my secret, it would have put you in harm's way. It was for your own safety.
Thanks for looking out for me.
I'm moving in.
Really? No one's gonna mess with Lois and Clark. Right?
They better not.
This is all my fault, Lois. I'm sorry.
You have feelings for this creature I inhabit.
She's tough. Strong. You wouldn't have let her get so close if you didn't think so, too.
You know, speaking of the right person, since you don't have a +1 tonight, I'd like you to meet one of my friends. Name's Clark Kent. You heard of him?
Put away your bow and arrow, Cupid. That bumbling tadpole is not my Prince Charming.
Well, maybe you just need to jump his lily pad and plant one on him. Come on. I've seen the way you two look at each other.
You need to get your eyesight checked, Olson. Clark doesn't like me. He likes driving me crazy.
Flirtation 101, Lane. I mean, that's what a guy does when he's into a girl.
Really?
Trust me. Lois and Clark would be great together.
It's like I was going along and it just snuck up on me. And I tried to ignore it, but then there are these moments that you can't. Maybe I was reading it wrong. And to add insult to injury, it all went down at tonight's tribute to romantic bliss. I know it sounds sappy, but I thought, just for a minute, someone needed me.
Well, I'm sure he needs you, Lois.
That's sweet of you to say, but how do you know?
Because I know Clark.
Why do these terrible things keep happening all around us?
Or we can not face it and just forget that it ever almost happened.
I think it's a pretty complicated conversation, Lois.
We don't have to overanalyze anything now. Look, I get it. You have other things on your mind. I don't expect to be the person at the top of your priority list. A hero?
Look, Lois, this is a lot to take in all at once, but I wanted you to hear it from me before you heard it from anyone else.
How did I not put these pieces together? I mean, I lived with you. And now we practically work on top of each other. I mean, have I been high this entire time?
The important thing is that you know now. And this time, it will be different, Lois. When I do this, no one's gonna remember who I am.
And when you hit your reset button, you're not gonna tell me your secret, are you?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Why should I think I'm special? Clark. I understand.
Lois, you don't understand. It's because you are special.
Look, I know you don't want to open a can of Kryptonian worms by telling her your secret. But whether you like it or not, Lois Lane is a part of your life now. And considering the non-stop puppy dog eyes you give her, I'm guessing you don't mind much at all.
Wow. Who would have known you were this sentimental? I think we should hang it up so that everyone can see it.
This is a memento from my first day on the job. And a constant reminder there's only one Lois Lane.
Smallville, if you hadn't been there to...
You're welcome, Lois. I received your letter, Miss Lane.
Copy, Lois, if you want.
Do you want to at least tell me about this little novella you're working on that's so important?
No.
Great. Another ricochet off the impenetrable force field. You really do care about me, don't you?
Lois.
Okay. I'll just keep my eyes open, I swear. But if I do see anything, it's not like I can call you from the phone.
And I'll call you at our phone booth.
You think of it as our phone booth, too?
Just be there at 7. Maybe I can't completely stay away.
Stay away from her, you mean? Lois means something to you, something more.
It's you. You saved me. After all our phone calls, I finally have you standing right in front of me, and I don't know what to say to you. Please let me see your face.
Who could ever leave me, darling? But who could stay? Dark side.
I'm gonna be needing that.
Search for your dark side.
Clark Kent, you're back. I was beginning to think your family lived on some distant planet.
Must have really missed me.
Only because the guy who sat in your desk was a certifiable psychopath. Otherwise, I've been so busy I didn't even notice you were gone.
Missed you too, Lois.
Just you and me flying the red eye on this paper airplane. Almost like you never left the cockpit.
I'll It's nice to have my co-pilot here.
Last year when I was talking with the Red Blue Blur, for the first time in my life, I was doing something that mattered. And I wanted to work with him because we did such good things together. But then I started to realize that I wasn't just doing it to save people. I was doing it for me. I just wanted to be with him.
We all get crushes, Lois. It doesn't make you a bad person.
You don't understand. I had never had this connection with someone before. Now that I have this connection, I don't want to go back to the way things were. This is embarrassing to admit. I don't want to be alone anymore. Clark, what happened?
We made it. Lois.
I just came by to say thanks. And to apologize if I tried to rip your head off or anything.
You know, you have a pretty mean left hook.
I don't remember any of that. But I do remember seeing a whole new side of Clark.
Which side was that?
I'll give you a hint. Starts with H and ends with Eero.
I wasn't even wearing red or blue.
Well, you've got a long ways to go before you can do that. Still, I think we make a pretty good team.
Yeah, we do.
You never did tell me your secret.
Well,
Relax, Smallville. Keep the mystery. You need to work every last drop of it you've got.
I was hoping that we could grab something to eat tonight once we finished up. You said yourself I hadn't eaten all day.
Clark Kent asking me out on a date?
I'm not saying we should go on a date. It's just something like a date.
Here's the Prince Charming.
I never thought I'd say this out loud, but Clark Kent. I know, right? It's the weirdest thing. Of the 5 things to do in Kansas, Clark picked the one thing I've wanted to do for weeks. We've been on the same wavelength like all day today.
I'll bet. Sort of like he's been reading your mind. Like he's hearing things that you've never actually said out loud.
Exactly.
That is the weirdest thing.
Me and Clark, I don't know. I mean, we certainly kick all kinds of ass at work, but lately it feels like we're more than just partners, you know? I think I've gotten so used to carrying the load all by myself. What if I don't have to anymore, you know? Clark and Lois versus the world.
Lois, I am sorry for letting you down.
Is this an olive branch? 'Cause there better be a whole tree somewhere in here.
How do you even have anything left to wear?
You know, most guys wouldn't complain if I suddenly found myself shirtless.
Good morning, Metropolis. I'm your host, Lois Lane.
And I'm your co-host, Clark Kent.
And we're here to help make the start of your day. Look, I appreciate you helping me audition. I'm still angry you didn't tell me how badly Oliver was doing, but you're here anyway, so please, don't make me wish you weren't.
It's okay, Lois, just you don't need to get all worked up like you usually do.
Do you even care if I get this job?
Of course I care. I bought a new tie.
Oh, well, I bought a whole new outfit.
Yeah, you look great.
Don't do that.
Do what?
Don't you dare reassure me right now.
Lois, I'm only doing this for you. How else am I gonna get that second date?
You should have thought about that before you stood me up the first time.
Tackling morning television to get back into Lois's good graces. You know, this has got to be one of your bravest moves yet.
Well, look, as much as I care about Lois, there's nothing more important than finding the Kandorians.
I have to get a date before I can go on one, Clark. I'm still filling out my online profile. If you want these mainframe matchmakers to pick you a winner, you really have to be careful to choose just the right words.
I filled mine out in 10 minutes this morning.
I guarantee that's the only 10 you're getting out of it.
Well, let's see what you wrote. There are a lot of good things about you that would attract a lot of great guys.
Really? Like what?
Oh, you're Lois.
Thanks, Clark. Wow, Smallville, talk about green. It's like your first day at the Daily Planet all over again.
Does this mean I'm about to hear Lois Lane's rules of online dating?
There really is only one rule when it comes to dating, Clark. Show up. Like after you ask someone to a monster truck rally, it's a good idea to show up to the date.
Maybe we should talk about this when we're not being taped.
If you can't take the heat, sister, get out of the cafe.
Sorry, I have this really annoying ringing in my ear.
Oh, fine. How do I look?
If this were a prom, you'd be crowned queen. Your date's a lucky man.
You know what they say. All's fair in love and war.
What's it gonna be for us, Lois? Love or war?
Clark, sounds like you're asking me out on another date.
If I was, would you say yes?
Tell you what I'd say. As a dear friend. Which is why I have to be totally honest with you.
I'm happy you know what you want.
Look, this guy is so good. Every time I'd get close, he'd show up and block me.
I know the feeling. Lois and Oliver. Seeing him with her, it's been a long time since he looked that happy.
Clark, just stop, okay? I mean, your willingness to sacrifice yourself for others is a great strength, for sure. But when it comes to your own happiness, it's definitely a weakness.
So Oliver's been through a lot lately, and we're all friends.
Lois is not up for auction. Look, for once, try not to second guess things. All you have to do is ask yourself, what do you want?
Lois?
Did you hear? The brilliant brass over at KZXP have decided to go with someone else for their morning show.
Lois?
After everything that happened, after Ollie and I almost got killed, guess who they've decided to go with? Apparently blondes test better with morning viewers.
Lois.
I'm sorry. I never should have tried out in the first place or dragged you there with me.
It was sort of a last-minute vacation, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got a pretty tightly wound bolt reflex.
Is this about what happened? Are you turning red?
Believe it or not, my ejector seat malfunction wasn't totally about you.
We should talk about it.
When I want to talk about it, I'll send up a smoke signal. It sounds crazy, but the closer I get to him, the more I feel like he's going to disappear.
Could this have something to do with your 3 weeks of blocked memory? Maybe you're trying to protect yourself, Lois. Didn't you say that the last time you opened up to someone, your mysterious caller, he vanished? Lois, you have projected so much onto this mystery caller. Maybe you should focus on the man that's right in front of you.
I thought, you know, the ride would give us a chance to get past the whole kiss and run of it all and get to know each other better.
Better? You tell me the color of your underwear every day. What else is there to know?
I focused on the man in my dreams, and now I found out that my mystery caller and Clark are the same person.
The same.
Unbelievable. Up until today, he couldn't lie his way out of a speeding ticket.
And now he can hold down an alter ego? I can't believe how difficult this must have been for him to carry his secret all this time.
I just want to tell him that it doesn't matter to me.
Let me go.
That's insane, Lois.
You can't reveal yourself to the cameras. You mean too much to the city, to the world. Clark, I know that you've been living 2 lives and having to lie to me about it every day.
Lois, you're not making any sense. Lois? You're alive.
Just stay here.
Next time you take on the DA of Metropolis, remember to watch your step.
But that was just...
Hope I made up for not calling.
Lois, who was that? I'm a bit nearsighted. I've been trying not to wear them.
They're very... Clark Kent. Guess you're not the only one who's a little short-sighted. It's just sometimes I feel like I see a whole other side of you than anyone else.
Lois?
It's okay. It's my hero complex to resolve. I take the nicest guy that I know and I weigh him down with all this shining armor. And it's not fair. Nobody can be 2 different people.
I wish I could.
We'll never leave the house, something more than just a face. She'd eat occasionally, just as she lies. She'll play the game for free until she...
I thought I lost you forever.
Clark, thank God.
I can't believe you're alive.
This dream just got 10 times brighter.
What do you mean dream?
But just so you're clear on one thing.
Lois, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you're not dreaming.
Clark, if this isn't a dream, then it's the worst nightmare I could ever imagine. Since when did the Kent family farm become a prison? And why would you give away the one thing of your dad's that meant so much to you?
I did it for you.
Okay, hold on. Explain about the Wicked Witch and the Flying Freaks. Have we been invaded by the Wizard of Oz?
More like another planet.
We're not alone in this. The truth is,
I don't understand why
we could all die tomorrow.
most of
Lois, I died when you left.
I'm living my life. Oh,
I'm here now.
Lois, what are we doing?
I feel nothing at all.
I'm eating a maple donut, and you're kind of invading my personal space.
I mean us. Lois and Clark, Clark and Lois as a couple.
Whoa, cowboy! You just went from 10 to like 110 in 2 seconds flat. Let's just slow it down. You know, I still need to get my feet back under me.
Well, you can lean on me for strength. I feel stronger when you're around anyway.
Clark, I have done this dating thing wrong so many times.
Then let's do it right. Let's take our time.
Really?
Well, it is a lot to get your head around. Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Who knew?
I did. You know, Lois, we could go back to the farm and take a walk. I could give you Clark Kent's tour of the galaxy.
Smallville. The only planet you know about is the one that you read at the breakfast table.
Watch me as I go and separate the ones that I made to love and hate.
Okay, then. That was PDA number 4 on date number 5. I'm just keeping track. Trying not to rush into this relationship like I've done before.
Lois, there's nothing we'll be doing in 5 weeks that we can't do tonight.
I know. This is the one. You're the one that I want to get it right with, okay? So... Night.
Night. Lois.
Clark.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have left you last night. This never would have happened.
Right. No wonder Clark's been avoiding me. I am losing touch with fantasy without even realizing it.
The last thing Clark feels when he thinks about you is boredom. But hey, at least you have that fiery space trooper to stargaze with at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, based on my last relationship, I'm afraid I'm keeping Lois at an arm's length.
You're afraid that if you let that spark ignite, you're gonna get burned again.
Lois, you know, you don't have anything to worry about with Zatanna.
Of course I don't. Want to know why? Jealous women worry. Me? Not jealous. Not even a little. See, I know that I have nothing to worry about because Clark Kent, he is the most honest man that I know.
As flattered as I am.
Right with you. Come on.
I think I'm interested in finding my fantasy somewhere else.
Must be love. Make sure she knows just how lucky she is, Clark.
Lois, it's just this whole thing with us. It's new to me right now.
Yeah, it's new for me too. Do you think that I like being insecure? I don't. I just have to get used to the reality that I'm not the only gal that thinks you're fantastic.
This isn't the reaction I expected.
Expect the unexpected? I moved in. But don't worry, I'm camped out into the guest room until we get engaged. Too late. I quit my job at the Planet.
You did what?
Yeah. Now, instead of being chained to a desk all day, I get to be your ball and chain.
Lois, you can't quit reporting. That job is your life.
Well, now my life is with you. For better or for worse. For richer or for poorer.
Lois, what are you talking about?
I'd hoped that somehow I'd be able to pull it off, the whole making a home thing.
Oh, stop. You are home.
No. A home is for real. For always and forever. Not this. Goodbye, Smallville.
Lois, you can't leave. Not yet. I promise we'll be together. Always. And
forever. Do you mean it?
I do. My mom says when you're ready, you can borrow it. Do you have any idea what she's talking about?
Nope. It's Greek to me.
Speaking of Greece, your dad left a message?
Oh, you know what? I just need to make a few phone calls here. Donna Reed on crack. I just am never gonna buy chocolate from another fairy. I promise you, I wasn't myself. I don't know what you put in that stuff.
It's too bad. Kind of liked your outfit. You know, we should talk.
Right, when you asked me to move in with you here, I know it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
And about the whole proposal, it was a dream come true level of wow. But things are moving a little too fast for me.
Right. I don't know what I was thinking. We should just stick to our plan and take things slow.
I am so relieved to hear you say that.
We just have to continue being honest with each other.
Yeah. About everything, right? God knows I spilled my guts. Clark, if you had a really big secret, would you trust me with it?
You're the most trustworthy person I know.
But I confessed to the whole world that I was talking to the Blur on national television, and I really meant to keep that secret.
I don't think the Blur minds, Lois. You were doing the right thing. You were protecting him.
But that's not the point. Look, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just afraid that my big mouth is gonna wreck our relationship one day.
Don't worry, Lois. It's not gonna be that easy to get rid of me. Hello?
You know, since we started seeing each other, we never really see each other. Maybe we should stop and smell the roses.
Well, I know where we can find some. Across the street, romantic cafe.
I see a table for two in our future. Perfect timing. Articles are in, phone calls have been returned, and I am officially ready for our magical mystery weekend.
It's great. So let's escape before Randall sends you on an assignment. Where's your bag?
Well, since you insisted on being a man of secrets, I had to cover all my bases. There's a snow angel, surfer girl, city chic.
How about countryside bed and breakfast?
Good choice. Too much?
Perfect. Is that the side of the bed that you like sleeping on?
Oh, why? Is this your side usually? Because that would be totally fine.
No, I just thought that I just want you to be comfortable.
Oh, I will be. I mean, I am. Okay. Bedtime. So, don't let the bed bugs bite.
Sweet dreams. Lois, they obviously came out here to escape from everything, kind of like we did.
Look, I know that I ran a verbal marathon last night and then I fell asleep, but I promise, tonight is about the two of us.
I waited for you to get ready for 3 hours. If it means being with you, I can wait forever.
Forever's a long time. I think we should skip the old B&Bs for a while.
Lois, for our first weekend away together, it could have been worse.
I was possessed by a 300-year-old Scottish banshee and I almost killed you, Clark.
We did get to see the world's largest ball of yarn. That made the whole trip worthwhile.
All thanks to my stellar sense of direction. Let's face it, Clark, without me, you'd still be lost. What? I kind of noticed that Clark has this thing for telescopes. Do you think he'll like it?
I think he'll love it. But what is it exactly about a telescope that merits 76 trombones and a big parade?
Well, tonight's the night.
In the words of the General, it's time to drop the L-bomb.
A relationship with secrets can never work. Look at you and Oliver. Everything's out in the open.
That is because we both understand that our relationship comes second to a higher calling. Clark, you and Lois...
Don't have to be any different. Now, if Lois was going to trust me tonight, maybe it's time I trusted her. Hey.
Hey.
Did you get my message?
Yep.
So we're still on for tonight.
Definitely.
What's in the box?
Surprise.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yep.
How about a sneak preview?
What are you even doing here?
Lois, you told me that you stopped talking to the Blur. All those secrets that you've been keeping from me, it's him, isn't it?
Okay, this is between the Blur and me. That's all I can tell you.
Lois, do you even know who you're really talking to?
Okay, what's going on here? Clark, you don't need to be jealous.
No, I'm not. Lois, I need to know who that is.
You did not just ask me that.
Lois.
No, save it. I don't know why you suddenly have it in for the Blur, but whatever you're gonna tell me right now isn't gonna make a difference. I'm seeing a whole other side of you, Clark, and for the first time, I'm not a fan of the view. You're here. I can't know who you are. I'd give anything to see your face, to know your name. But you can't protect us if we know who you are. I understand that now.
There won't be one, Lois. I'm sorry, this is our last conversation. This is our last talk. Forever.
Our relationship put you at risk. I know that we would do anything to protect each other.
What if one day I'm too late?
But you don't understand. I don't care about the risk. When I'm working with you, I'm doing something good, something right.
You don't need me for that.
But I do need you, and maybe I didn't realize it until it was too late, but this is the most important part of my life.
There must be some other part that means more to you.
When I'm with you, it's about more than what I want, who I want. It is something that is bigger than me.
Lois, just give me a break.
You want a break. Maybe we should take a break. A break from this relationship. I wish you could understand what it felt like to have this... a calling. A duty to people and the world. That made my feelings for you and everything else seem...
Selfish. And like there's a whole world out there that needs you, but if you take anything from it for yourself, it's at someone else's expense. Lois, I do understand.
How?
I guess with him gone, the question is, am I enough? More than ever, I've been living two lives.
One of those lives is full of sacrifice, so I'm glad to see the other one has Lois in it. I sleep better knowing you have someone special in your life.
So maybe what we need right now isn't a break. It's a breakup.
Maybe you need to be honest with her.
I mean, I sort of tried to tell her who I am, but she thought it was more important I protect my identity. Talking to her is the blur. I've seen a different side of her. It's made me fall deeper, and that's just not a side she's decided to share with Clark Kent. My whole life has been full of relationships that have ended too soon. And when I went away last fall, Lois, I felt so lost. When I came back to the bullpen, you were there waiting for me. You jumped out of your seat. You threw your arms around me, and the way that your eyes sparkled when you smiled, I knew. I just knew that you were the one that I've always needed. And I needed you to know that.
Well, I'm not sure I'm going.
Well, Lois, your career is so important to you. What would make you stay?
For you, I would stay for you. Clark, as important as my career is to me, you are more important. I would give up Africa to be with you. But only if we stop keeping secrets from each other.
Lois, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do, Clark. Come on. I need you to be honest with me.
Lois, there's nothing to tell you. I think you leaving Metropolis is the best thing for you right now. Just know that wherever you are, I'll be watching over you.
Both inside wide-eyed, like we're in a crime scene.
Can you ever forgive me for thinking he was you?
I have brittle bones, it seems. I bite my tongue and I torch my dreams. Have a little voice to speak with, and a mind of thoughts and secrets. See, things cannot be reversed. We learn from the times that we are cursed, that things cannot be reversed. Learn from the ones we fear the worst, and learn from the ones we hate the most. How blood
Clark!
Clark!
Clark! No! Clark! No! Clark! Please! Please come back to me!
Both inside wide-eyed, 'cause we both know I'll never be your lover. I only bring the heat, company undercover.
thought you'd be in Africa by now.
I postponed my trip. Maybe indefinitely.
This wouldn't have anything to do with the blur, would it?
Well, kind of. Turns out he needs me after all.
Really? Well, what makes you say that?
Well, I'll tell you, Clark. He just wrapped me up in his muscular arms, pulled me close, and landed the most passionate kiss on my lips. I can't lie to you. It was great.
You see, Lois, you are his greatest weakness. Or should I say, the blur's greatest weakness.
Wasted losing time. I'm a foolish, fragile spine. I want all that is not mine.
$50 says the crackpot with the blur in his bonnet is just gunning for a little attention.
What?
Sorry about the lame letter. I'm lousy at goodbyes.
No, I just figured that something happened.
You mean something like go to Africa, Lois?
Well, maybe I said that, but
I thought you wanted me to take the job.
No. Look, I knew it was a big break for your career. Right, well, but now that you're back, are we, partners?
Of course. Thanks, Clark, but I get it that the superpowered are people too. They wrestle with their own flaws, but the blur is different. He's my hero. No matter what he's afraid of, I know he will always be there for me. He never would let us down. But the blur, I mean. And this person, for one, is going to stand by her hero no matter how much mud they slung.
Why?
Because that's what you do when you believe in someone. You know what you need? A pick-me-up.
Thanks, Lois, but I don't think playing quarterback is gonna make my day.
Depends on the cheerleader. Wow. Oh, flames. I should have known this would happen. I haven't seen her since your barn when we were about to.
She's not coming.
I forgot how many memories you have here.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but you care about Lois, don't you?
All I've ever done was protect her after what happened with Lana.
Interesting outcome. Lois doesn't seem especially protected. You spend so much time dwelling on the darkness of what happened in the past, you're missing the present that's right in front of your eyes. For the moment.
No, Kal-El, you haven't learned the full lesson yet!
Hey, watch it!
Lois, how?
Not again. Come on. Seriously, I know we agreed that we would keep our professional lives to ourselves, but what kind of secret story got you to dress that day? Here, hold this. And honey, I know that you don't like them, but you were the one that decided you wanted to wear them. And lucky for you, I have a spare. Hey, I know they are not fashion forward, but if it ain't broke, honey, don't fix it. Seriously, Clark, I thought we agreed on a Daily Planet dress code.
I'm from another time.
No kidding, Clark, you're from a different planet. That's not exactly a news flash.
What did you say?
I didn't mean to come off so Lois. It's just that sometimes when you get pensive, I know that it's because you have the whole last son of Krypton thing weighing on your shoulders. Okay, but that's why you got me, okay? To remind you that if you were going to crash land your spaceship anywhere, you couldn't have chosen better people to find you than the Kents. So you need to snap out of it.
You're protecting my secret.
What else was I gonna do? I would do anything for you. Hardly newsflash.
I missed you.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Neither of us are primed for Dancing with the Stars, and speaking strictly as friends, I don't know if this is such a good idea.
Lois, get over here.
I'm not sure how we're gonna make this work without the jukebox nostalgia and the balloons and...
Lois.
Shut up. Right. Shut up.
I love you.
I love you too. Clark, there's something that we need to talk about.
Just for now. Can we leave tomorrow? Till tomorrow and just have this?
Mm-hmm.
Lois, I'm sorry you had to get a ballpoint in the hand for the truth to come out.
The truth. Right. About the blur. Who he is. The big mystery. Of course, he never told me his identity. So I guess I don't even really know him. I feel like I do. The thing is, Clark, the blur and I mean, we have this special bond. Actually, it's kind of like what you and I have together. Because I know you.
But you don't know the blur. He's probably keeping it a secret for a reason.
He's never gonna tell me, is he?
Not if it means putting your life at risk.
I wish he knew that I was willing to take that risk.
All my life I've been afraid, Lois. Afraid of people knowing the truth about me. Afraid of them rejecting me, and even if they didn't, still losing them. I've been afraid of everything I can't control. But when I was faced with the idea of losing you forever, it made me realize there's something that I would regret more than anything else, and it's not telling you the truth about me. Because that's the only way we could share a life together. I know the odds are stacked against us and we'd be risking everything, but if you're ready to take that leap, there's no one else that I want to take that leap with. Lois, you've had a lot of questions about the blur. It's me. I'm the blur. What? You... Not sure anyone is ready to believe in a stranger from a strange land.
If they know the real Clark Kent, then I am sure the rest of the world will believe in you as much as I do.
I want you to know me completely with no secrets.
We just have to trust that we'll always be there for each other when times get tough. It is important to me that my dad likes you.
And it's important to me that you are happy. There's nothing to worry about.
Except maybe if he finds out that you're a superhero. My dad hates superheroes. Clark, I am just trying to get through this holiday without a fight.
Lois, you either agree with him or you don't.
I don't. But this means something to the general, so please do not make me choose sides.
I thought you were somebody who stood up for what she believed in. And then when it comes to your father, you do the same thing that he does. You make your choices based on fear.
Hey, just because you don't have a...
Because you're the one. What, Lois? What are you gonna say, father? This will be.
Okay. What I am trying to say is that you haven't had to deal with a family for a really long time. All you have to answer to is yourself. Clark, if you want to be with me, you're gonna have to deal with my family too. I hope you can respect that.
About Lois and I. There's a question I was hoping to ask you. Yes and no. Yes, I think your mother is still watching over you. No, I don't think you're crazy. Lois, you were right to be upset. I've been running around acting like it's just me. Instead of us. The truth is, I rely on you more than anyone else. I trust you to know parts of me that I don't even trust myself. That's why you're the only person I told about the darkness that I've tried to fight. I'm me. Lois, please. Tell them. I'm me.
Stop. Stop. It's him. It's you.
What are these for?
Nothing says sorry my doppelganger from a parallel Earth tried to kill you like flowers.
I think there's a card for that now.
The store was out. But I do think she was about to give him another chance.
You don't have to worry about second chances with me. You're doing really well with the first one.
Yeah, we should probably just go home. But wait a second. I think I hear a situation that needs saving. I'll be right back.
Did you save the day?
I don't know yet. Look up. You don't make it easy to ask a simple question. But that's what makes you, you. The woman I want to spend my life with. The woman that I love. Lois Lane, will you marry me?
Yes.
I know the secrets I do believe in, all that I hear about you. Things I cannot begin to unlock the key.
Lois, what exactly are we talking about?
Chloe, what really happened between Clark and Lana? She couldn't make the sacrifices he needed, could she?
So give me a reason, oh, not to keep him right at the top of my list.
Let's just say Lana wasn't the one fated to be in Clark's life.
Around you and I go get enough. And I've been
Lois, those responsibilities have controlled my life way too long. And we can handle both as long as we stay together. And I promise we will.
Well, then nothing can stop Mr. and Mrs. Kent.
You made me believe. And you got me to fly. Maybe one day we'll get to fly in the real world.
I've always believed that you can do the impossible. And one day you will.
You are a perfect fit for Clark. You inspire him.
You don't need to explain. I just want you to know that if you're having doubts deep down inside, or you're not 100% sure that this is the right thing to do, I will understand. I'm gonna want to marry you in 5 days or in 5 years.
That was the perfect thing to say.
Lois, if you're watching this 20 years from now, just know that you are the love of my life.
What?
Sometimes I forget that you never saw what it was like. Growing up, being different, feeling like an outsider, like a freak, like you were all alone.
You turned out pretty normal.
The only thing that's ever made me feel normal is you.
I'm sure when we have kids of our own, you will be an amazing father.
It's not the place that makes the home.
Smallville is my home, Clark. Not this one. This Smallville, right here. You're all I'll ever need.
What are people gonna think about you? The strong and extremely sexy Lois Lane wants to marry. This new Clark Kent. How could they ever understand that you'd be interested in this?
Whoa, 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 stop right there. Trust me, Smallville. We can make this work. Oh boy, can't we? If you're talking about my white snake throw pillow, loving everything about me includes the sentimental.
And I understand that you love Clark, and you'd do anything not to lose him.
You bet I would. I knew you'd make it.
I told you I would.
I brought the pillow with me for downtime because, well, it reminds me of you now. Silly, huh?
I wish you could have had a little faith in me, too.
Lois, I didn't want you to have to make that kind of choice. I was trying to...
Protect me. I know. But you're part of me now, Clark. A half of a whole. So in the future, if there's even a chance that the mission might claim my better half, sign me up. Because I'd rather be in some sand-blown purgatory with you than in the hell of not knowing if I'll ever see you again.
Lois, I'm so sorry.
Believing that you would come back to me was the only thing that kept me going. But if you want to postpone, it's fine.
Lois, there's nothing in this world that can prevent me from walking down that aisle.
Because you are my greatest weakness. And I'm afraid that I will be yours.
You're not my weakness. You're my strength.
Clark, I'm sorry. After today, I realized that us being together makes you vulnerable. And I can't just sit and watch a movie and eat ice cream when at that very moment you could be saving 5 people. Clark, every moment of your life that I take for myself, I am stealing from people who need saving.
Lois, what are you saying? What is this?
I'm sorry, Clark. I can't marry you. You could be out there saving someone.
Lois, this is my future, and I want you to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, maybe we don't get what we want.
I'm just in your way.
You're not in my way, Lois. You're by my side. And if you really want to go through with canceling the wedding, you're going to have to leave me standing at the altar. I, Clark Kent, take you, Lois Lane, to be my companion. Forever. And with you by my side, I will never be alone. Now the world sees a strong and independent woman. I've never known someone with such gentle grace and a more pure heart. When I've been lost, you've always been there to bring me back. So on this day, at this moment, I pledge the rest of my life to you. You've always believed in me, and I believe in you. And when you believe in someone, it's not for a minute, or just for now. It's forever.
I know that technically you saw me this morning, but the rules only apply when the wedding is officially on.
On? Lois, I thought you called off the wedding.
Don't have a cow, farm boy. But I read your vows. And I know that that is against the rules, but a little birdie bridesmaid gave it to me, and they were beautiful. And I realized that I was a fool because what we have is a gift, and I was trying to return it when we're a perfect fit. So here's my vows. Now we're even. I wanted these vows to be perfect, but perfection's a hard thing to get your hands on. But life is meant to be a little messy. And when it comes to love, I think it's like my dad always said about the Army. You only sign up if it's the only thing you can ever imagine doing. And Clark, I cannot imagine spending a moment of my life without you. So I promise that I will always have your back, as you will always have mine. You're my best friend, you're my home, and you're my true love. And I am yours and will be forever. Clark?
I'm here. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Lane. Let me just, I was just, you know.
Canna, Clark. No one's paying any attention.
Yes, Miss Lane.
That's so hot. But listen, this is serious. Do you have them?
You mean these?
Yes. Are you ready?
I've been ready for 7 years.